Since the day it dropped, Hollow Knight Silksong has been getting its nipples glazed by both gamers and critics alike as being one of the finest gaming releases of the decade, and for good reason. Not only is it an incredible game and a perfectly satisfying sequel to one of the most acclaimed indie titles of all time, but the true key to its success goes even deeper than that. Because of how toxic the gaming industry is, many gamers have become almost conditioned to expect disappointment, controversy, and bullshit around every corner. So with a game like Silksong, it's hard not to feel simply blessed to be getting such a straight-up good, quality-ass game at such a reasonable price. That seems like a relic of the golden days of yore at this point. Somehow this incredibly small team has once again achieved the fabled goal of putting out a game that we can all say is just straight up fucking awesome without any caveats. And that's never a sure thing. Like, just think about it. With a game this hyped, there was a long laundry list of things that could have gone wrong, and that often do go wrong with any big release. Let me hit you with a few examples. For one, the game could have just never come out. Development could have got scrapped, like the original Battlefront 3, Metroid Prime 4, Scalebound, Silent Hill PT, Overwatch 2 Story Mode, or The Winds of Winter. Blue-balling fans forever. Or it could have come out at a ridiculous price, as the devs knew people would pay top dollar when it finally released. The game could have disappointed longtime fans by abandoning all the elements that made the first Hollow Knight good, toning it down a bit to be more suitable for mass appeal, or even if it was a good game, it could have split the fan base by making creative choices that left many players feeling like it's not an ideal sequel. There could have been a serious lack of content at launch, the game could have been too short, the game could have simply not lived up to its predecessor. You know, like it could have been good but not as epic as the first Hollow Knight had been. All of the best content could have been locked behind additional DLCs, loot boxes, and paywalls. It could have been buggy, constantly crashing at launch to the point of being unplayable until they fixed it. It could have had a terrible story that ruins the game or bogged down its themes and lore with political pandering and messaging. We could have found out that the developers are immoral people who did something bad. Maybe something shady comes out about how they fired all their staff, didn't give them credit, and are now sending all the proceeds of their game to a cult of secret kitty diddlers. Or, hear me out, maybe the game could have just fucking sucked. None of this stuff is unusual. We've seen it all happen time and time again, so there was always the chance that this game would come out and have fallen prey to at least one of them. Then Silksong comes out, man. It just fucking comes ripping through the atmosphere like the Archangel Gabriel descending from the heavens and lands with an eruption that shakes the world. It was one of those increasingly rare and beautiful situations where, just for a moment, just for one fleeting moment in time, everything was right. Things just went the way they were supposed to go. A game that was hyped and built up for such a long time finally comes out, and it isn't controversial, it doesn't split the fan base or disappoint longtime fans of the first game, it doesn't fall short of expectations or anything like that. Nah, dog. This game was just a fucking knockout punch, man. And it was only $20. It broke the internet with excitement and praise, broke the Steam store with sales, just about all the fans of the first game loved it, it brought in a bunch of new players, and at such a low price point, the game was massive. This game was like 70 hours long. It was so good that even pirates were telling people, if you pirate this game, fuck you, you're vermin, go buy the game. Team Cherry deserves every penny. Let me repeat what I just said. Pirates, literal fucking pirates, were pulling out their wallets and purchasing this game at full price with smiles on their fucking faces and encouraging others to do so. Jeez, man. Now, one question I've seen come up a lot since this game dropped was, of course, did Silksong surpass Hollow Knight? Did it live up to the hype? Was it as good as its predecessor or even better after 7 long years of development? I'll skip the bullshit and answer that question for you right now. Yes. If you've seen my Hollow Knight video, you know how much I loved the first game, but Silksong is superior, man. It's an improvement on just about every aspect of its predecessor, straight up and down. This game is basically Hollow Knight if it went out at night to the most sultry part of Bangkok, cranked back 6 lines of blow, took a tab of ecstasy, and slept with like 10 hookers. Which I guess is my way of saying it's bigger, it's grander, it's just more of a good thing. Now, of course, there are still those who prefer the first game. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is the minority opinion. I think a big point in favor of that argument is that the first Hollow Knight has the City of Tears, one of the most iconic and emotionally profound areas in gaming history. I'm definitely in the camp that Silksong is the better game, but even I have been debating to myself if any area in Farloom, from the Coral Chambers to Greymoor to Mount Fae, actually succeeded in equaling or eclipsing the City of Tears. In fact, that's going to be the topic of my next video. No spoilers, no spoilers. But when it comes down to it, I would die on the hill that Silksong is a perfect sequel. Why? Well, because it does exactly what a sequel is supposed to do. Maintain the elements of the first game that people loved, while resolving any issues people happen to have with it, while innovating on top of it to forge its own path, surprise players, and push the concept further. Silksong succeeded in doing this with flying colors, always bringing the heat with the tightest gameplay ever, an amazing soundtrack, a colored atmosphere, epic boss fights, tons of enemies, tight combat, different crests to appeal to different styles of play, tons of items and hidden upgrades and abilities, an awesome story and lore, a massive world to explore and discover, even bigger than Hallow Nest. It has it all, baby! It has it all! Thereby making it not only a perfect sequel, but one of the best games of the 2020s easily, and a reminder to the ceaselessly slimy and greedy and corrupt video game industry how it's fucking done. So raise your cups, my friends, to Team Cherry, to Hollow Knight Silksong, to gaming, to love, my friends, to love. This is what a sequel should be, not fucking Tears of the Kingdom reusing the same map and shit. Didn't even fix the biggest problem with Breath of the Wild, the dungeon still sucked ass. Silksong. It's a true game, a great game, and I hope to see more games like it. I don't know how to end this video, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't think this video would end, but that time has come. Here's a picture of my friend Hornet. Cheers!
Drossik Halimo.
Holy shit, it can talk!